This is episode 3 of my theme titled, Is Jamaica Heading Towards Dictatorship Rule? These are the subjects of today's discussion. Number 1, how Jamaica's pursuit of the Common Republic could affect the electoral cycle. Number 2, Mr. Holness could have an ace up his sleeve to hold onto power. Number 3, the Prime Minister could be using local government election to test the waters. Number 4 and final, government could use its majority to hold on to power in the new Jamaica Republic. Today's topic is why this week's local government election could be the last election this decade in Jamaica. There are two major political events that are due to take place in Jamaica in 2025. One is that a general election must be called in 2025 if it is not called in 2024. The other major event is that Jamaica is set to become a republic in 2025. These two events could both merge into one event. The general election that is due by 2025, the latest, could give way to the Republican status of Jamaica, should Jamaica becomes a republic in 2025. This means that the Parliament could vote on a bill to make the sitting Prime Minister becomes the President of the new Jamaica Republic without the need for a general election in the first term of the new republic. This could be the Prime Minister's ace up his sleeves, should he not do well in this week's local government election. Some people find it very hard to relinquish power once they get used to power. And based upon my observation of the Prime Minister's speeches over the past year or so, I'm of the opinion that this Prime Minister is not in any mood to give up power anytime soon. I believe that on the one hand, the Prime Minister thinks that he has a lot more to offer to Jamaica, while on the other hand, he genuinely believes that the opposition is not yet ready to lead Jamaica, and that the opposition does not have any policies to lead Jamaica. These are the nuances that I'm hearing from the Prime Minister over the past several months. Hence, this week's local government election could be a sort of a test by the Prime Minister to see what the electorates are thinking about his performances in government thus far. The Prime Minister wants to know if Jamaicans accept all his and his government's good works over the past 8 years in Jamaica. Should the electorate vote in favor of the Prime Minister and his government's performances over the past 8 years, then Jamaicans could go back to the poll for a general election within a few months of the local government election. Yes, there could be a snappy election with a very short notice period in 2024 to catch the opposition party off their guards. However, the government will only call a snappy election in 2024 if they are confident of victory in a general election. The Prime Minister and his team will assess this scenario after the local government election, depending on how well his party performs. I think the last snappy general election in Jamaica was in 1983. Well, there could be a repeat in 2024. I was reading an article in the Gleaner by the Reverend Ronnie Thwaites just under 1 year ago, where I think he mentioned that the government could use its majority in Parliament to hold onto power in the new Republic of Jamaica. Hence, let us have a look at just how this could work. Based upon the UK law, a bill must be passed in the Houses of Parliament before it can become law. Now, and I will quote from the government website in the UK. Quote, "A bill is a proposal law which is introduced into Parliament. Once a bill has been debated and then approved by each House of Parliament and have received royal assent, it becomes a law and is known as an act." Okay, so unquote. Hence, if the Prime Minister wants to amend the law so that the new Jamaica Republic doesn't need a general election for its first term of office, then the Prime Minister will need to raise a bill in the House of Commons and get a 2/3 majority to vote in favor of the bill. This would easily pass to the lower house of Parliament, which consists of the MPs, because 3/4 of the current MPs in Parliament are with the government, while the government only requires a 2/3 majority vote. The next obstacle would be to get the bill past the upper house of Parliament, which are the senators. The government only need one of the opposition senator to vote with the government for the bill to become law. It seems that money can buy votes in Jamaica these days, and based upon the amount of money that it is said to be splashing around on elections these days, an opposition senator may be tempted with some money like a US $100,000 or a bit more than that to vote with the government. The Governor General would need to give his seal of approval, but he is not there to interfere as long as everything is being done according to the King Charles law. He will give his royal assent or approval, whatever you call it. Hence, there are a number of ways that the Prime Minister could seize power in Jamaica and start to rule like a good dictator. I'm not necessarily against a good dictatorship type of ruling in Jamaica for 2 terms before returning to democratic rule afterwards. I see Jamaica needs drastic changes, and it's going to take a strong leader to bring about the changes needed in Jamaica. And that's why I said that I'm not really against a good dictator in holding office in Jamaica. But I will leave my links below. See links below for more information on the parliamentary process and how the Prime Minister is already talking about changing the laws regarding the senators blocking some of his proposal. And yeah, that's correct, because the opposition senators have blocked the Prime Minister's SOEs. I think it's last year before last. And so the Prime Minister is going to want to change the power of the senator that they can't block the laws, when they want to pass them. And because you have this great majority in the House of Commons, the lower house, the MPs, if he can get past the senators, then he can do whatever he likes, and it becomes law in Jamaica because of the way how the voting system works. Okay, now this is part 3 of my dictatorship theme. Look out for part 4. Thanks for watching this video. Support this channel. Please click on the subscribe button, share this video, and leave your comments below. God bless you. God bless our Prime Minister. God bless the Jamaican Parliament, and God bless Jamaica. On to my next video. Peace.